A delegation from Hamas is in Egypt today, set to respond to the latest proposal from Israel for a hostage release deal and truce in the Gaza Strip after almost 7 months of war. Comments made anonymously by a senior Hamas official have sparked hope that this time a deal could be just around the corner. This as Israel carries on with its offensive, standing firm on its plans for a ground operation in Rafah. We're going to talk more about this now with our Irris Makler, who joins me live from Jerusalem. Irris, let's start with these talks that are on today in Egypt. What's the latest that you're hearing from there?
Well, I think it's significant that they are in Egypt. The traditional negotiator, mediator has taken the reins back. There is no Qatari presence. They've streamlined relations with Hamas. They've got a hotline straight to Hamas in Gaza. There is a presence of Hamas leaders from outside, as they call them, the external leadership, but it's all focused in Egypt. And we heard from Egypt's Prime Minister today condemning the October the 7th attacks in Israel and the Israel's response to them in Gaza. So an even-handed broker returning to its job. Let's discuss what we're hearing in terms of what's on offer. Hamas will abandon its request or its demand that the war will stop entirely before it releases any hostages. It will release between 30 and 40 hostages. There'll be a day of calm for every hostage release. So if it's 35, there'll be a 35-day break in fighting. If it's 42, there'll be 42. And then they'll go on to a phase 2 of negotiations. And in that phase 2, by the way, there's a promise from a guarantee from Israel, Egypt, and the US that Hamas Gaza leaders can go to Cairo to negotiate and they won't be attacked by Israel. That's what Hamas is offering. Israel is offering to stop or to halt or suspend its operation in Rafah and to release some hostages. No details known about the Palestinian hostages and their numbers. And that, it seems, may be a winning ticket. What we have heard from Antony Blinken, the US Secretary of State, who's currently in Riyadh, is that this is an extraordinarily generous offer, as he puts it, and that he hopes Hamas will take it up, will react to it, because it would be for the good of the whole region.
Iris, as you said, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Riyadh. The French foreign minister is there as well, as long as other Western and Arab diplomats. What else are we hearing out of those meetings?
What we're hearing that Antony Blinken said today is that Washington and Saudi Arabia are nearly at the end of a month-long intensive negotiation process, which looks at the possibility of normalizing relations between Saudi Arabia and Israel. He said they're very near completion. And I guess what that's doing is it's dangling a diplomatic carrot in front of Israel. This is something that it's well known that Benjamin Netanyahu has long wished for and worked for. And I guess it's as Thomas Friedman put it in the New York Times, it leaves Israel a choice between Rafah, an operation there, and Riyadh, between a military option and a political one, between a military option and a strategic one. So for all those reasons, it's a diplomatic opportunity that is being offered to Israel and to moderate Palestinian leaders. It does involve recognition of the Palestinian state. Will that come? That will not be easy for this particular coalition government and Benjamin Netanyahu at its head. Nevertheless, you can see that this would be a breakthrough moment and a complete change, actually, in the Middle East.